Hello and welcome back to another vidIQ channel audit live stream. I'm Dan, and we are once again here to audit your YouTube channels. And I'm really excited. Rob is out this week. I think this time we really mean it. I don't think Rob will be joining us. He certainly welcome to. He popped in last week. So who knows? I'm going to keep you on the edge of your seat because, to be honest, I'm on the edge of my seat about that. I don't know what's going to happen. Thank you all for being here. We have joining us, as always, just about always, Mr. Travis. How's it going?
That's right. Just about always. I mean,
Just
pretty
about.
much always. I mean, yeah, a lot of times.
Most times you're
Most
here. How
times.
are you?
Yeah. You know, how we doing?
Good. Doing good?
Yeah.
Everything's good?
All right. It should be good times here on the vidIQ channel audit live stream. Hope all y'all ready to get y'all channels audited, at least most of them anyway. And, you know, we have rules about that. And I think, Dan, you have a little ditty video to show people about that, don't you?
I do. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say I started a poll before we went live. I wanted to see how many channels people thought we should audit today because there's a lot of channels. And so the choices were 1 to 5 channels, 6 to 10 channels, 11 to 25 channels, or just theirs, just their channel and nobody else's. And 48% of people think we should audit 11 to 25, which makes me think I should have pushed that number higher.
Yikes.
And then 32% are selfish people who just want us to audit their channels.
We knew that, though. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I was impressed, though. I was impressed with how generous everybody was. They want to see 2 hours of channel audits, so that's what they're going to get. So we do have a video to play for you. Do you want to say hi to people, or should we just jump into it?
Well, we can say before or after. I don't remember how it goes.
I don't remember how it goes either. We can do whatever we want, I think. Rob won't show up to this, so we have to do something.
All right, well, let's do Dr. Content saying hello. Copycat Paz. We got short reviews there saying hello to you. The Dennis Ball Show. Hello. I Like Pizza is always here. We'd love to see I Love Pizza. Iron Beast in the house. And Eli Franklin or L Franklin.
Something like that. We have Sam D'Asco, maybe. Abdul Plays is here. Flap is here. That's a good name. Tasty Hotspot is here. It sounds like a wing channel.
Yeah, it does. I'd be up for that.
Yeah. Dirty Dan VR is here.
Hey, that's your alternative video channel.
There it is. I told you I had another channel. And then Decoy is here. Welcome to all of you. Thank you all for joining us. So yes, this does happen every week, and we appreciate it. There's a couple things going on right now we got to address. There's over 200 people here, but less than 200 likes. So there's a problem there. If you guys want to hit the like button, that'd be great. And if you want to share the live stream with somebody who you feel could benefit from getting some channel audits, that would be awesome too. So what the heck is a channel audit? If this is your first time here and you're like, well, how does this all work every single week? Well, don't worry. We can explain.
Welcome to the vidIQ channel audit livestream, where we review your YouTube channels. There are 2 links in the description, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. Make sure you submit every week as we clear the form after every livestream. Channel audits are 100% free, so please don't send us any super chats expecting to receive an audit. And don't waste your time asking for one in the chat. If there are any alternative ways to get picked for an audit, such as memes, we will let you know during the livestream. If we can't audit your channel today, vidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 for you. If you haven't already installed vidIQ, download it now for free. A link is in the description, and make sure to take advantage of our free 30-day trial. If you submit your channel for audit, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, our experience, and our passion as fellow YouTube creators. It's up to you whether or not you take our advice. There are tons of links to lots of useful resources in the video description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this live stream with another fellow creator who may find it useful. And finally, moderators, thank you for everything that you do every single week. All right, let's do this.
There it is. So before we get into auditing your channels, we already have a whole bunch picked out. There is a couple more things we should probably address. Like, for example, vidIQ itself. We're not just a channel that audits channels and gives you amazing YouTube advice in the form of YouTube videos, but we also have this handy dandy Chrome extension. So it does things like puts this real-time stats bar here. It also puts all these buttons here. And I'm going to show you one of my favorites right now, which is achievements. This is always a good motivator, certainly for us. We're getting close to 1 million subscribers, and our tool thinks that by Halloween, we will have 1 million subscribers. Give or take a day or two. It's predicting Halloween for us if we keep going at our current trajectory. So that's going to be fun. I don't know if there's any kind of party or anything we could throw themed in some kind of Halloween way, but we also can see views and when we're going to hit 1.5K uploads. All these different stats and predictions are in here. And if you click on these, you can actually generate a certificate, which you can then download and share with all the people. So that is vidIQ. It is linked down below. And if you're a new customer, you can get 30 days of it. All of our tools, our whole suite of tools for free by using the link down below. So there you go. All right. Would you like to audit some channels, Travis?
Sure, I mean, we can do that, or we could sit here and talk about the latest in gaming and the fact that the new iPhone will be released next week. I mean, it's whatever you want to do.
Okay, there's a new iPhone next week. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it'll be released next week. It's the iPhone 13. They just announced today that they will have their announcement next week, but we already know about it. I just released a video this morning. If you're interested, go to my channel, Travis MCP, if you like the iPhone game. Otherwise, let's audit some channels. I mean, why not, I guess.
Oh, okay. I thought we could talk about that for a while, but
I mean, we could, but
All right. So the first channel to submit on our forums, which are down below, by the way, if you haven't submitted your channel yet, the very first person always gets their channel audited. And on our non-gaming forum, it was Accounting Academy. By the way, we scheduled this live stream a little bit late because we were all off yesterday. So there's less channels to audit than normal. So if you've been trying to get your channel audited, be sure to fill out the form because the chances are better now than they've been in a while.
That's true. The odds are in your favor.
Yes, the odds are ever in your favor. So it's Accounting Academy. Adorable artwork here with 46 subscribers and a whole bunch of videos. When did they get started? About 2 months ago. And their first video is 282 views, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually not easy to do, especially when you're first starting out, to get your first even 100 view video. And look at how many of these are over 100 views, like all of them, except for the one that just came out a month ago. So are the ones since. But I'll tell you, that's a lot of videos with over 100 views for someone who just started out. And you notice they have a lot of content for a short amount of time. A lot of shorts, of course, which makes it a little easier. But there are some longer form content in there too. So it's good stuff.
There are. I didn't notice the shorts until you pointed that out. It looks like they tried it for a bit and then went back to some long form. They've been bouncing between the two. Let's see what they're doing.
I think that my biggest question here is who is this for? So the thumbnail style is very kiddie, very kind of kid oriented, but I don't think any of this content is for kids. Like it doesn't make sense to me. So the FIFO versus LIFO, if you click on that, what is that? Oh, so it's animated.
They use these cartoons to explain this stuff, which makes it feel accessible.
Yeah, but the thing, okay, so here's the thing, and that's why I always talk about when you do content like this. So there are instances where explaining something really complicated in kind of animation can work. But I think the people that are wanting to get into accounting don't want to be spoken to like a kid, unless this is for kids to understand things, but it almost doesn't make sense because inventory accounting, I think, and I rarely say this, I think they're approaching this wrong. I think it's not that the animation portion isn't right, it's the type of animation that's wrong, in my opinion. It's too kiddie. It looks like a kid's channel, which is not what is going to appeal to people who want to learn this information. The shorts are a exception because they don't really ever see the thumbnail. So that's what you might go, well, if the shorts got confused. Well, that's because they don't really see the thumbnail anyway. If it was me and you still wanted to do an animation style kind of education, there's nothing wrong with that. But the style, in my opinion, has to be completely different. Like it's not the appropriate style for the age group that I think you're attempting to get.
Do you think that if they were to literally, in their next thumbnail for their long form video, change it completely, make it look more financial, more accounting, and take out all the cartoons, even if the video is the same, it has the cartoons, I wonder if their click-through rate would go up.
Oh, it would, but then the problem would be immediately would the retention drop right away as they go, oh, well, now I see something that's not what I thought it was, let me bounce. So I just think overall but yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting test.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I can tell this person, some resource has been spent here to get these animations. Either they're making them themselves or they're paying for an editor or something to get this up. And it's unfortunate. I think the advice you're giving them, which I agree with, is going to kind of be a gut punch a little bit. But I think you're right, because there's all these terms here that I'm not even familiar with. And
yeah, exactly.
If I were going to accounting, I suppose they would be terms I would be looking up. So
this is what threw me, because when this first came up, I'm like, oh, it's kids channel, cool, whatever. And then I started seeing terms that looked like they were for not adults like in that way, but like adults that are doing like jobs and stuff, and it just doesn't click for me. But there are some really good educational channels that use animation, but not in this, and you can find them all over YouTube, but not in this way.
yeah.
I mean, I would like to listen. You can continue to do it if it's enjoyable for you, but obviously if we're here to give you some advice, that would be the biggest bit of advice from me.
Yeah. And because the thing I was expecting to see with all the animation were really entry level titles, like, because I don't think children in grade school are going to search for how to be an accountant, but there are, I think, like things you could teach younger people about money and finance in a way that caters to them. And if that's something you are interested in doing, then it becomes a matter of changing the pitch of these whole videos, but keeping them largely the same. But I think you need to do the opposite. I think we need to get away from the animation if you're going to appeal more to an adult crowd. It looks like our next guest has just jumped in. Jeff.
Oh, cool. Hey, Jeff.
What's going
How
on,
are you?
guys? How you doing?
Good. You're just in time. We're about to audit a gaming channel.
Oh,
You're up.
it's rigged. Oh man, what do we got here? Are they playing some sort of a game where they build stuff? Is this like a Lego game?
I think, yeah. I don't know what this is. It looks like Legos, but not.
Right. Awesome, man.
So I think they should explain that better for sure. How are you? Thank you for jumping in with us. I wasn't sure how to introduce you. We did know Jeff was going to be joining us a little bit late, and didn't want to spoil it. The surprise.
Surprise. No, for real. So happy to be here, man. So who are we looking at here? This is XByte 208.
They were the first person to submit on the gaming form.
Nice.
And it looks like they're doing pretty good for an early stage Minecraft channel. 319 subscribers. I've got to see when did they start? Let's see how long you've been at it. 11 months. So they've been at it almost a year. Happy YouTube anniversary to you.
Nice.
You know what's interesting is I've really liked these thumbnails from 11 months ago. And if I go to the newer ones, I think something changed. I mean, I know you're trying shorts in some of these, which so it doesn't matter there. But while you are putting work into them, you're taking interesting things, blowing up on the screen, pointing them at little characters. I don't know, something like a lot of negative space here, just little things like that. I think like these thumbnails, sketch survival, look kind of cluttered. Like if you were to blur the background, I think that would be a huge improvement on this one, for example. I'm nitpicking your thumbnails right now. The reason I'm doing that is because when it comes to Minecraft, there are so many people competing in this space. So these are things like you're already doing a good job. I think we need to be working on doing a great job with thumbnails. And I think these little things that you do, you level up all of these different skills little by little. This is something Rob's been talking about a lot. He's been trying to level up the production quality of the videos we make here at vidIQ. And so every video, just about, he's trying something different. And it's always subtle, but it's just little things that take him a little bit in the background to like learn about. So you could be learning how to make better thumbnails, better titling structures, things like that. But anyway, that's thumbnails. I think for titles, you're doing a lot here that indicates to me high value. You're trying to make things that are going to be clickable and going to be high value to a Minecraft audience. For example, building a wizard tower, Minecraft Bedrock 117 survival let's play, sketch survival. So you started the title with building a wizard tower. If I'm scrolling through YouTube and I see this, I know exactly what I'm going to get, which is always great. The trouble comes in where it's the rest of the title. It's just this let's play. So it's 15 minutes long. And then we look at the thumbnail. We see sketch survival, which is buried in the title. I don't really know what it means. And then the big number 44 indicating this is number 44 in a very long series, which could get people to not even click on it, unfortunately, because it makes it feel a little bit like I'm missing something here. I'm 43 episodes behind. If we look into the content, yep, general Minecraft let's play. So anyway, these are all things I'm nitpicking things right now because we give a lot of advice to a lot of gaming channels, and I like that you're focused. I like that it's always Minecraft again and again and again, and you're doing tutorials, you're doing all kinds of stuff, which is all great to see. But now it's just those little improvements. Keep working on titles that are going to be really enticing. And I also meant to check most popular as well.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there too, because I don't want to You know, when we have the numbers on these episodes, I don't want to be beholden to have to watch 44 videos prior to this one making sense to me. And that's not to say that the video wouldn't make sense to a new viewer, but it's the packaging, right? You want the packaging to entice new viewers as much as, you know, your subscribers, because your subscribers are going to come back. You know, they're your returning viewers. So I wouldn't worry about them so much. You can let the content speak for itself, but package it in a way that's going to make sense to a new viewer so that they don't feel like they have to watch 50 videos for this one to make sense. Make every single video make sense on its own for a new viewer.
I have an example I want to share because I know we have a lot of Minecraft channels watching today. And I will get to that in just a second, but I wanted to find the first video they did that was a breakout for them that was not a short. And it looks like it was this right here, Minecraft Bedrock Edition RTX packs, top 5 RTX packs. Now, the first thing I would say is you should flip that title upside down. Top 5 RTX packs, Minecraft Bedrock. That's it. That's your title. Thumbnail's good. A little bit hard to read RTX packs, but it doesn't matter. I know what that is as somebody who plays this game. This is valuable because you have to download one of these packs in order to experience the game in this way. So this is the kind of stuff when we're talking about high value content. Think about those things that the entry level folks are like, I just want to do this simple thing, you know, and this might be so easy for you, take it for granted. Like, can you make more videos like this that are just really accessible to a lot of people just starting the game today? And yeah, this is the other thing I mean about little improvements, working on titles. Top 5 RTX packs. That's your main keyword. That's what you want. Because look, it's truncated. The most valuable part of the title is truncated right now. So little things to keep in mind. Now, the example I wanted to show all these Minecraft channels. I'm going to spell it wrong, I think, but here. It's this creator, you've probably heard of them. They're called Pixel Riffs. And they are the expert, in my opinion, when it comes to doing a Minecraft Let's Play. I'm just going to play Minecraft, but making every single one feel like it stands on its own. This is like anyone can pick up my series at this point because you don't have to watch the rest. I'm going to show you how to make a redstone moss farm, you know, and it's not when you put your cursor over it, the episode number is buried all the way at the end of the title. It's hard to see, but it's episode 19, but it matters like the least out of everything else in the title. And I'm not going to play the audio or anything, but when Pixel Riff starts their video, very similar to the one we just saw, they're not worried about, you know, oh, you should have watched the last episode because we built this shed. Anyway, let's go into the shed. It's just, I'm going to assume everybody's watching has never seen me before. And that is one of the reasons this channel is so successful. Not to mention that every single, like, this is part of their survival Let's Play. And here we go. Like 6 days ago, they're showing you how to do something really interesting. I would want to know how to do this if I was playing Minecraft currently, a redstone moss farm. So again and again and again, high value content. So there we go. That is, let me go back. Xbyte208. Thank you for submitting. And congrats on almost a year of YouTube. You've a lot of really good progress for a Minecraft channel that's been at it a year. And I do think you got this. Best of luck. I believe this is one of our pre-selected channels now. So I think I picked this one. It is Planet Park. Yes, sorry. I was like, which one is this? Who picked this? I picked this. So Planet Park, 647 subscribers. They are, from what I can gather, just looking at the channel, a channel that tours theme parks. And I would assume that means they have access to these on a regular basis because it's all theme park content and it goes weeks and weeks back. So unless they're traveling a lot, it looks like they have access to some parks where they live, like Legoland, for example, and they're able to tour all kinds of parks. What are you guys thinking as I look through the most popular? I've talked a lot, so I'm going to pass it over to Travis.
Well, definitely some shorts going on here. A lot of shorts, 17, 15-second ones. And actually, the funny thing is some of those make sense. Like the drop at, it's going to be a fast kind of video. You see a thing go up and then drop. So that actually makes sense for a short, I suppose. And they did really well. Are these in order of, no, okay. You have these by most popular. Okay.
Yes.
So the 7-second short is the most one. So the thing is like, if this is a shorts channel, it's one thing, but if, the longer form stuff obviously is performing differently. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, especially since we're going out of season for parks, if this will kind of suffer over the next couple of months, or what type of content they have. Because I don't know if come wintertime people are going to parks very much at all, or if they're even open. So yeah, for me, I think the thumbnails need to be a little bit more interesting. Some of them are not bad, but some of them are kind of far away. And you can't exactly tell what you're looking at.
Right.
If you do like research on other like water parks or roller coaster ride thumbnails, you're going to see something that looks completely different. So if it's me, take a look at some other channels that do this. Look at their thumbnails and notice there should be quite a bit different. Now this for like food and stuff. Yeah, I mean there's like adventure, all types of cool stuff going on here.
This guy is one of the people I would consider at the top when it comes to theme park channels. They do a lot of Disney, Universal. It's a lot of vlog style content. They're always in the thumbnail and they're always showing something when they just go to the park. They kind of bounce between their family videos and their park videos, but they're always very colorful. These thumbnails always stand out to me. And even though it's just him on the screen, usually there's always a little something in there, like this treat right here he's holding up. These aren't even like, I think that you could be even better than this, but this is the first channel I think of when I think theme park channel.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, just take a look around, and then again, you have plenty of time to to think about it, as I'm sure parks are kind of closing down at this point. Time to figure out what the strategy will be for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, the first thing I noticed with this channel is the thumbnails felt very flat.
Yeah.
And like you said, very zoomed out. You know, I think it would take your eyes, even this, it's one thing in the thumbnail, this train, but it takes your eyes a second to like focus on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd almost have to do some photoshopping and kind of maybe desaturate the background and maybe make the train pop a little more. I don't know. I think it's because the colors are so matchy.
Yeah. I also think the logo for all of these parks is unnecessary. I think you can add that to the title. And I think it's just always shoved in the corner. So it's just an extra bit of busyness. All these logos are very busy. They weren't really designed for YouTube thumbnails.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to see like what's going on already. And then this thing's like trying to pull your attention. Like it's Legoland, you know, but that could be in the title.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I don't think there's a need for the logos to be in there, like Oktoberfest on these last four. Kind of not necessary. So unless it is the actual thumbnail, like how they have Legoland, the picture from the front of it, that makes more sense because it's an actual picture of it. But aside from that, it's kind of not necessary.
This is a good example here. We have Legoland Hotel Tour, but we have the kid, and then we got something interesting in the background going on. I typed in Legoland Tour, so we're going to see a lot of these zoomed out photos, but I wasn't sure what to look for.
Yeah.
But that is the kind of research I think this channel would benefit from for sure. Other than that, what do you guys think about how they're covering these events? Like thumbnails aside, I'm seeing 34-minute video, 20-minute video, Oktoberfest, 2021. That's been their like thing lately. They got a whole bunch of footage from Oktoberfest.
Yeah. I think like what's the most interesting parts of each park? I think just walking around will lend to a lot of kind of moments of nothing going on. I would look to make some really tightly edited videos where it's just all excitement and cool stuff until you have like a nice kind of viewership going that just come for your content, and then you can kind of loosen it up a little bit. But when you're trying to gain viewers and stuff, a real tight edit can be really, really important.
Yeah, basically get to the fun stuff. Hit them with it over and over and over, and then get out as you start to build up. But also, if we go back up to those Oktoberfest thumbnails, once again, they were super zoomed out. So like especially the one in the middle, the 99 views, Oktoberfest 2021, that thumbnail doesn't tell me anything. Like it really doesn't tell me anything. So whatever it is, even if it's Oktoberfest, show me a stein of beer. I mean, I don't know, something, but really make it about an object. And the dancers, zoom in on one of the dancers. You know, if you could take a picture up close or whatever it might be, and that way we can really see it. Because right here, that's one thing we also have to understand, and this goes for everyone. So much traffic on YouTube is coming from mobile devices that a thumbnail like that is not going to make any sense when you see it on a small screen on your phone. So that's definitely something I want people to keep in mind. Even the one all the way on the right of the family picture kind of thing, that should have been zoomed in a lot more.
Yeah.
So this is just things to think about.
You know what's funny is that I said aside from thumbnails, and we went right back to thumbnails, which I'm not
sorry.
No, I'm not faulting you for that. I think it's what we're saying is you have something here, and if it weren't for your thumbnails, these might have a lot more views because it's just where we keep going. Because I was about to jump in too, and I realized, wait, I said besides thumbnails, but I scrolled it to here for a while, and I'm trying to look at which thumbnails drawing me the most, and my eyes keep going I don't know about you guys, but to this one.
Yep.
It's something about the colors being a little different. And it's also, this video happens to be one that's really focused on Harry Potter. Not, oh, we went to Legoland and did a whole bunch of stuff, which feels like all of these videos. But this is specifically, we're going to look at the merch in the store for Harry Potter. And that was one of the reasons I brought up Tim Tracker as well, is because he'll spend an entire day at Universal, but he'll always pitch the video as like, we're going to check out the new Halloween Horror Nights merch. But he does a whole bunch of stuff. It's a 30-minute video and he'll do all kinds of stuff, but that's like the highlight, right? And I think you did that here, and you'll notice it has more views than videos around it too. So better focus. We've already said this stuff, but just to boil it down, better focus in every single video. Like, make each one have a very simple theme. Just even if there's more stuff going on in it, what was the coolest thing? Make that the pitch, the video, and then better thumbnails. When you do pitch that, when you do a beer tasting, it's super easy. Get a beer, put it on one of these tables in the background, get your phone right up on it, and have a nice blur background with the beer in the foreground, and then that leaves some room on the side for like maybe a little bit of text, like trying all the beers or something like that. You don't need this logo. Zoomed out photos like this are just not great for thumbnails.
Yeah, pre-planning helps this stuff. And I know probably they're just a family and they just want to go out there and have fun. But pre-planning kind of does help. Like, if they know they're going to go to this park, they know that there's 4 very popular things about this park, then they might want to pre-plan those ideas ahead of time. Be like, hey, we want to do a tour of this, and we want to go a little bit in depth into this and this. And that way they can make sure they can shoot footage of it specifically. I'm not saying that they can't still do their whole day vlog and then chop it however they want to do it. But if they do these like specific pieces, then they can make highly targeted chunks of content out of that day trip if they wanted to do that. There's a vlogger who I had spoken with, one of our customers, who does trips, like he goes all over the world basically. But what he'll do before he goes there on business, he'll think of what's the popular attractions near where I'm going. And then what he'll do is he'll come up with 4 topics for those popular attractions, and then he'll go to those places. Like if he went to like this famous sushi restaurant in Japan, and then he went to a theme park in Japan, and then so he was doing these very highly searchable things. So he's there on business for a completely different topic, but because he's there, he's like, I'm gonna make some content. And he found out what's popular, made those videos specifically for that. They're like 7-8 minute videos, and those videos all do well on his channel because he has the forethought ahead of time to think, what are the popular topics for that particular city? What are the popular attractions? Let me make some videos about those particular things. Instead of one big hour-long Japan vlog, they're specific to this sushi house. They're specific to this park, specific to this ride. So just a little bit of forethought can really lead to some success here.
So there we go. Planet Park. Thank you so much for submitting. Best of luck to you. Now, on Twitter every week, we do give you guys the opportunity to have your channels audited by answering some kind of riddle or something, whatever our community manager, Dan H., thinks of. And this time it was, want to win a live channel audit? Well, it's my day off. So post a GIF, any GIF, make me laugh, cry, or think. So the winner was Greg, me looking like, why haven't I been picked yet? So Greg has not been picked for a channel audit yet. And your time is now. There are more of these. If you guys go to our Twitter, you can check them out at vidIQ. So this is Hey Greggy, Lifestyle Tech Podcast Vlog. So there's, I like the logo. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Jeff, I'm getting some vibes from this channel. That reminds me a little bit about some of the stuff you do over on your channel.
Yeah, somewhat. So I've come across this gentleman a couple of times, whether it's been some live chats or on Twitter. So we run in the same social circles, so to speak. But I don't know them personally. But I am seeing that they are tech focused. Like, they've got some headphone reviews and some stuff like that. But they're also kind of doing some general tech, which is kind of where I was when I first started my channel. I think Travis was probably doing around the same thing. We were just kind of reviewing the stuff that we were getting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it works. So I see that's kind of what's happening, which is fine. As he's starting to grow, as he's starting to kind of get the ball rolling, he can start deciding which way he wants to really focus in on, whether it's audio, whether it's mobile technology, whatever it might be, if it's accessories, whichever way he wants to go, that's going to be something that they're going to want to do. But seems like they're fairly new from what I can tell, because there isn't a huge library of content. See, we're going back
2 months.
Yeah, about 2 months or yeah, so not bad. There's some work that could definitely needs to be done, you know, obviously thumbnail wise, but this is all stuff that you kind of build up those skills over time. Like the 4-in-1 charger, I actually have that one from a different brand, but that thumbnail, it, you know, composition wise makes no sense. So that's something where I would definitely you can still have the plant, like the plant's cool, the YouTube plant, so that's always cool. But I would really make that charger be the focus of this thumbnail. Like I would have it in the middle, whether it's a top-down shot, whether it's this angled shot, but just to kind of have it not centered off to the side, you kind of can't tell what it is. The only reason I recognize it is because I own it. So that's something to definitely think about. Shorts wise, I wouldn't worry about those thumbnails at all. But some of the stuff, yeah, I mean, obviously it's things that we need to learn and pick up on as we start to learn this process. Shorten those titles up a bit. Some of them, like I'm seeing a lot of ones that are being truncated, but some of the ones that tend to work are like thoughts on Apple's battery pack or Movo MA5L. But give me a reason to click. You know, that's the reason, like clear audio, 60-hour battery life. Okay, cool. But you didn't put the actual name of the headphones in the title. You put the name of the brand. You didn't put the name of the headphones. So even if you're just going for search, you just shot yourself in the foot because you just put the name of the brand, not the name of the actual product. But also give me a reason to click. Do you like them? Do you not like them? You know what I mean? Like give me something that's going to make you want to click on it. And being that you're already gonna have the clear audio in the title, there's no reason to put it in the thumbnail. You could put something else there, something that's going to make me want to stop and click.
Right. Yeah. I think if they were holding the headphones, it was them in the thumbnail holding the headphones and like making a face, whether it was like disgust or, you know, excitement or whatever, that would have given me the, you know, this is a review that would have just triggered that in my brain. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Having the actual model of the headphone there would have been very, very valuable.
Yeah, there's different ways of doing it. I mean, there's different trains of thought around the way tech channels do their thumbnails. Obviously, I'm the exception to the rule because mostly we want to have our faces. Travis's reactionary faces in his thumbnails work like a charm. So that's something that gets people to want to click. For me, people don't like seeing my face on my thumbnails. So mine are just all about the product. So it just depends. And that's something where I would suggest that, hey, Greggy, experiments with it. You know, try it out. Try out different things as you're going along to see what works and what doesn't. It doesn't seem like they like putting themselves in their thumbnails, which is totally fine. Because I don't know if they're in a few of them, but I don't know if they're a faceless channel or not. You know, some channels are top down only. You know, so it just depends on which way he wants to go. But there's definitely room for improvement. I think more than anything, they're just new and just going to take a little bit of time to learn. But I'm definitely glad that they chimed in on there because it's good to see channels like this because it's very reminiscent of what like me and Travis are doing in the beginning.
I don't know if you have anything you wanted to add, Travis.
I think it's pretty much on point. But I like I like a lot of aspects of it. But I think what he's going to find as he grows, at least this is the way that Jeff and I found out, is that you know a particular type of product is going to be most popular on your channel, and that's the type of tech channel you're going to be, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Just kind of the way it goes.
I'd say this one, considering the views as of late, this was kind of a breakout.
Yeah.
And I like this title a lot compared to
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
So little data points like that can definitely help influence your content going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, because you really missed the opportunity of those clear audio because those are the clear flow, if I remember correctly. And you're just kind of, a lot of people might not search for the brand. They're going to be searching for a specific model. You know, if they're on Amazon searching around like, oh, these look kind of cool. Let me see if I can find some reviews because that's how I do it. Yeah. And if I type in clear flow, his video may pop up, but I guarantee you the ones that have literally clear flow in the title and thumbnail are going to appear first.
Yeah. And I mean, really, this is Jeff's area of expertise. So definitely if you're watching, hey, Greggy, you know, make that change.
I'm kind of curious.
No, it's clear with
two E's.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's what makes it kind of weird. Yeah.
Ooh.
Keith.
Nice.
Deansky, always.
Yeah. He's killing it. We love Keith.
Yeah.
So there you go. The kind of an example of title and thumbnail. I mean, we've got videos now from a year ago, but
yeah, if you do clear Enduro, mine should appear.
Wait, clear what?
Oh, Enduro, and yeah, see, well, not Enduro ANC, but Enduro, you'll see it there. Like,
oh, actually, yeah, got it.
Mine should pop up there somewhere. But yeah, so you'll start seeing like headphones in there. There's mine right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, giving people a reason to click, and then the question, kind of a questionary title, like, is it the new mid-range king? Because I'm trying to entice you to want to click, like, is it? So create a little bit of intrigue, but just as an idea.
So there you go. Thank you for your tweet. Thanks for submitting. Best of luck. Hey, Greggy. We'll go on to our next pre-selected channel. I believe, Travis, I think you picked this one.
Uh-oh. Travis has left the building.
Oh, no. I looked over and I'm like, oh, we lost him.
Wow, man. Now it's time to get hungry.
Wait, maybe we can go to the next one, which I picked.
Okay, there we go.
Wait for Travis. Okay, so Just Lucinda. I hope I'm saying your name right. I think I nailed it. The banner just says, let's talk. And I believe I think they said they were a reaction channel when they submitted, which would track because they're doing reactions right now of popular movies and shows that are just coming out. So this is really interesting because this person is capitalizing on trends the moment that they are trending, which is good. If you were to react to all the episodes of What If after the season was done, for example, you would be late to the party.
Yep.
So that's the kind of thing. These should be posted as soon as the episode drops and you watch it. You should have your reaction ready to be as on top of this as possible.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of people who do that, reaction channels, where they will record themselves like as it's so like when let's say it airs at 9 p.m. Pacific, they'll watch it and record at that moment, and then they can do whatever minimal edits and they can have a video live like by 10:15.
Right.
Yeah.
So lots of I think lots of positive signals here. I can tell just by the length of their videos that they're probably doing it right, putting in a little bit of the episode, reacting to it, so they're probably within fair use, which is great. What sort of advice can we give here? I do think that sometimes the thumbnails, especially this middle row here, feel a little bit busy.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to include themselves, then too many characters from the actual thing that they're reacting to. I think the Suicide Squad one being the worst offender here, followed by this one, the Black Widow one. This would be, I think, a better example. So it's just you, it's just Captain Carter, and you have some text here, which I would argue you don't even really need. But it, just little things like that. And I'm noticing those views are a lot higher than got about double the views of those.
I agree. Ones. I would leave the episode 1 reaction out of it, and I would replace that with just that What If logo, because you already have What If episode 1 reaction in the title, so there's no reason to repeat in the thumbnail. Yeah, I would definitely probably drop that out of there. But I like what I agree with what you're saying, because if you look at the Eternals, they show one character in themselves. If you look at What If episode 2, they show T'Challa and themselves. So it gives this duality in the thumbnail that lets you identify much easier with what you're looking at. You're not confused by 5, 6, 7 characters. You have just the one. Even better if you could do a background removal to make it that much crisp, like just to make it really obvious what you're looking at. Who's notorious for that is like Phil DeFranco, where he does 3 characters, himself in the middle and then 2 on over each shoulder, but the background's been removed. So it makes it very clear what you're looking at. But yeah, this is definitely something that you could definitely tighten up. But I mean, I agree, really good signals, because if you look at like the Marvel Studios Eternal 2 weeks ago, almost 1,000 views on this video on a channel with a relatively low subscriber count. So this is very, very promising as far as what they're doing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really good stuff going on here. So we're talking now like thumbnail and title tweaks. And I think, I don't know the minute your reactions drop to things like What If and different trailers and things like that, but I would say you're getting on this as quickly as you possibly can, just given that I think that's about 5 days ago is about when that episode dropped. So that's good. The other thing, though, we got to look at is, and this is something for you to do kind of in the background, whenever you cover something that's not Marvel, for example, like go into your analytics and create some groups and take like Marvel and lump it into a group. Take trailers like this. I don't know what you categorize them as, action movies maybe, and lump them into a group. And then try and see, does your audience stick with you if you cover movies like Old, and then you cover Marvel and things like that, like what's your audience most interested in? Because it might start to dictate a direction. Maybe you want to do more Marvel and less of the other properties, or maybe things look about the same and you're doing great no matter what you react to. People just want to see people react to popular movies and shows, because I know what all of these are. I will say that it's not like you're covering obscure things.
Yeah.
Incredibly consistent views too. Have you noticed? Especially considering how many subscribers they have, it's almost in line with exactly how many subscribers. Of course, some are way above, but that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Now I'm wondering what happens now if you just mouse over one of them as it shows you the preview. Is this person watching the actual trailer, or are they just like, how are they doing this? Because I'm wondering if they're getting copyright. Oh, they have it really small. So I think this is how some people get over like the copyright strike claim thing. I think. I don't know if it works or not. See how small it is.
Yeah.
People do different types of things. I wonder if this works. This is a weird. Here's the thing. Disney is one of the companies you don't want to mess with. And same with like Nintendo. Like,
yeah,
those two companies are kind of vicious around their IP. So while there's a definite huge advantage to the amount of viewership you can get, I would be very careful. It's just, I love the idea behind this channel. I would be nervous if I made this channel.
Oh personally. Yeah. Oh yeah. You've seen the Star Wars channels get hurt bad, and it's Disney once again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I not to scare you, just to be aware. I mean, you're still early in your journey, so everything's all good. But perhaps when you get bigger, I mean, listen, here's the thing. A channel like this, especially if you're not saying anything bad about, the videos and stuff, there's no reason that Disney should get upset. However, there's no reason that a lot of companies should get upset and start striking people. So just be aware that that's a possibility. Again, not to scare you, but just to be real.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. And that's something you have to be careful with. You'll see a lot of that, pausing a lot, adding a lot of your interpretation, your reactions of it, just making sure you're not just watching whole episodes and not saying anything.
Right.
That's where we see a lot of channels that I've worked with that are doing, music video reactions and things of that nature, where they don't stop to analyze anything. And then they're like, well, I got a copyright strike. I'm like, yeah, because you just played the entire video the whole way through. Like, what'd you expect?
Yep.
So you have to make sure you're adding stuff in, which I'm sure they are, because from the way that these videos look edited, that's what it looks like it's the case. But yeah, I'd be mindful of what Travis says, because it is Disney IP. So definitely good for growth and good for getting views, but it's a fine line you have to walk.
Yeah, just be aware. But yeah, good work altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Best of luck to just Lucinda, and then we'll move on to our next.
We gotta go back.
Yeah, we got to move on to our previous channel. I had said, I think you picked this with Travis, and we looked over and you were gone.
Yeah, I didn't think Nathan Potty. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know how to pronounce this name, but food channels. I mean, let's just talk about food channels. I just love the thumbnails. This pizza croissant waffle pizza has me so twisted in my head that I need to understand what this is and how to make it. I mean, the thumbnail is incredible.
Where's my notepad? I need to write this
down.
down.
Right? I've never heard of such a thing. Yet I want it now.
Their production's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Good lighting. We're cutting up, we're cutting in and out a lot.
Yeah.
Croissant waffle pizza.
I mean, I'm in, man. I would definitely do this. I might have to save and watch this video later, because it sounds crazy good. I mean, and the thumbnail is so good. These thumbnails are really good for like kind of a smaller channel. I mean, this is what I keep saying whenever we look at cooking channels. I'm like, it needs to be zoomed in, it needs to be saturated, like trying to explain it and then seeing it and going, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've been talking about all this every week, is like, these are the thumbnails I'm talking about. I love the one homemade burger grilled. I love how he points at Burger King versus his in the top corner. And like, that's another like opportunity where arrows are cool and you can have some text, and like the strategy behind these thumbnails is excellent, like truly excellent. So everything is going to be about what happens after the click. So for a channel like this, I mean, I 3 and 4 minute video, you don't want to artificially stretch a video. However, I'm assuming that some of these could take a little bit longer than 3-4 minutes to explain, but let's just say that they are. your retention is going to be so important to the success of your channel, because in my estimation, you have thumbnails down pretty darn good, especially for a channel your size. Like I wouldn't even, there's so many other things you can concentrate on that I wouldn't even bother talking about your thumbnails anymore. They're good. It's more going to be about topic and your retention. So your topics are pretty good. You have like a viral TikTok pasta. That was a very smart thing to go after. Look for something that's viral elsewhere and try to make it here. That's a great idea. It's all about retention. We have some things in the vidIQ Academy that talk about retention. I think it's section 4 of the Choose Your Niche video. Talks to you about how to read the retention graph and how to understand how to, you know, affect change in your videos. But definitely become a wizard on the retention graph, because like I said, this is good, but understanding what in the video is keeping people and making people leave is going to be everything about your success.
Yep.
100%. But we don't know what's being said, even with sound, I think, because we don't speak the language. But
yeah.
I would say
I would not have started the video with this shot.
Right.
It's an immediate turn off.
Yep.
You're not in the kitchen. See, this is the shot.
That was it.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the shot. 8 seconds later, that first shot, it doesn't even make sense. You're not in a kitchen. Like none of it makes sense. This is the shot.
Yep. So, and then there's look as it goes. Like look at all this.
It's incredible.
Yeah, this is what you open with, and you can be talking behind this.
Yeah.
And then you pop up, which we know that happens again. But again, I would be in a kitchen. I would get the setting right here, you know, because now I feel like we're at a gaming channel or something like that. So that could be turning people off. Like Travis said, look at your retention graph. If you're noticing that hockey stick shape where everyone's dropping in the first 30 seconds, that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So you have all this hard work here with your
I'm so
that
looks crazy good.
That's the intro right there. Like, what are we doing?
100%. That's the intro.
Yeah.
A little bit of music underneath of it, maybe talking over it or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculously good. It's of a level multiple times the subscriber size of this channel.
I hear him saying Burger King more like Burger Scrubs. Look what I can do. And yeah.
So
I mean, 100%.
Now I'm trying to order lunch on my other screen. Now from Burger King. Now I don't want it.
Well, no, that's exactly what I do on my channel, where I was looking at the retention graphs and I was noticing that I was losing, 60 to 70% of my audience in the first 30 seconds. So when I made that change, and if you see my videos now, the first 30 to 45 seconds, you don't even see my face. I am literally showing you the product that you clicked for. You want to see the AirPods, you are going to see as soon as you click, you're going to see the AirPods on the screen, and the first words out of my mouth are going to be the Apple AirPods Pro. I'm literally giving you exactly what you came for, and I'm going to tell you exactly, like, I'm going through it. So I'm going to show you a bunch of fancy B-roll, and I'm going to be talking behind it, reinforcing the click. So, and that's made a huge difference in people staying and my overall viewer retention. So, really just cutting it, making it as short as possible, but really just hitting people with B-roll so that they can see, okay, I clicked on this video, I took a chance, and now it's being immediately satisfied, showing me what I want to see. With food, obviously they can produce good quality B-roll. Like, take advantage of it.
Yeah. So good luck. You've a really good start here. We're talking about like nitpick tweaks that you can make to really, I think, low-hanging fruit to really pump up your content.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's look now at our Discord selection of the week. Just so you know, we have a Discord server. It is linked down below, and it's full of folks just like you on a very similar journey. Bunch of YouTubers hanging out in one place talking about YouTube. So it's not a place for content spamming. If you dump your content in there, you get banned. So don't do that. But if you want to get some feedback on a thumbnail you're about to release, that's just one of many things you could do here in the Discord. And every week, our community manager picks somebody who's been extra helpful, extra awesome, to randomly select them for an audit. And this week, it was Jimmy Jamix. So they say they do Facebook and Instagram tips and tricks. So I'm kind of confused because I'm seeing cameras and they're saying Facebook and Instagram tips and tricks. I'm guessing it's for making videos on those platforms because they got a camera in their logo. Let's take a look. So how to post on Instagram / upload on Instagram. Okay, it's a short. How to create a Facebook page, a Facebook business page. I think these titles need a little work. It's kind of like they keep using 2 titles in every video. You guys noticing that? It's hard to see, but like this one, how to deactivate Facebook account 2021 / deactivate Facebook account.
Yeah, they're SEO stuffing, which technically is against terms of service on YouTube, but it's just a poor play because people don't necessarily understand how important the title is to the human, and they're thinking that it's all just algorithmically SEO. It's not. It's just as important to be a human clickable title as it is to be SEO friendly.
Yep. So you could have made this video, I deactivated my Facebook account, and you can too. And that would have been, I think, just as searchable, but more clickable, more interesting. Maybe it's seen as a little more controversial.
I would say how to deactivate your Facebook account in 2 minutes, and then probably the 50 seconds around that is probably just a fluff here and there.
Yeah,
that's clickable.
Exactly, even more searchable. How to. So the other thing I think we're seeing the disconnect here is we have the banner, which is very camera centric, and then the logo's camera centric. But I'm not seeing any videos about how to shoot on your phone for Instagram or Facebook. It's always very focused on tips for actually using the platforms, different things like that, which is in itself valuable. But the banner and the channel art isn't really delivering on what we actually get, which means that might not matter to you because your videos are getting found in search. People aren't even seeing your banner, right? But there's a disconnect between maybe you and what you think you're doing on YouTube versus what you're actually doing on YouTube. And if you don't have that focus down, that's going to kind of cause issues as you go ahead making content. I hope that makes sense. It made sense in my head. And as I said it, I'm like, I don't know. I know what I'm saying, but I'm having trouble getting it out.
I think you probably said it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would we say? I do think these are very text-heavy thumbnails. And whenever we have a picture of a phone, it's something circled, but I don't really know what that is. Even zoomed in. It's just hard to see what you're trying to get me to focus on. How to know if your phone has been hacked. And so we're repeating the text in the thumbnail with the title, which is a little bit of wasted real estate. You want these two things to play off each other, not copy each other. Then we're learning Canva. So yeah, I think this also comes down to channel focus.
Yeah.
When you slip in a random Canva video, it's kind of like, well, how does that relate? If I'm following you for all these Facebook tips and stuff, is it because like thumbnail design on Facebook is a thing? So then it would be how to make Facebook thumbnails using Canva. I don't know if Facebook thumbnails are a thing. That's the only example I can think of.
Yeah.
What else? What else does anyone want to say? I feel like we just spitfired a whole bunch of tips at him.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of there's some inconsistency here with the thumbnails and stuff because a lot of them are different colors, different fonts, different background colors. It's like we're not landing on something. So if somebody saw one of your videos, it wouldn't know that the next video is one of yours because even your last 3 videos over the last 3 days have completely different thumbnails. Even when you're talking about Facebook, these two should at least have similar thumbnails: how to create Facebook page, how to deactivate Facebook. And then even the how to download Facebook videos, the 3 of those, completely different thumbnail styles. So that's something that I would start kind of thinking about tightening up a little bit, creating something a little bit more thematic, especially if you're going to be using their colors, like, Facebook with the blues and whites, to kind of make a little more sense. And then where you have the phone and it says deactivated now, that should be a lot bigger. If anything, that should be the only thing in the thumbnail. Because you already have deactivate Facebook in the title. There's no you're sucking up so much space with that text. I would have just punched in, angled it, maybe, angle it to the side a little bit, and then really pulled in on that. So deactivated now takes up the majority of the thumbnail. That would have been something more striking, visually speaking, that would get me to want to click.
Literally, the Facebook logo should be big and taking up the whole thumbnail, and then deactivate now should have been slapped over it.
Yep.
And that's your whole thumbnail. It takes up the whole frame. And that sends the message immediately to the viewer. Like, I know exactly what this video is about. I know I'm going to get, and it's only 3 minutes long. So I'm going to learn how to do what I'm trying to do quickly.
Yeah. Don't make me read. Don't make me have to read 5, 6, 7 words to understand what you're trying to tell me in a thumbnail. Make it so I'm not confused, that I understand exactly what it is within 1 second. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're making use of some stock footage, or it could be yours. And then we have this weird split screen thing going on here, which is a little bit distracting, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure why there's two.
It's like reverse shorts.
Yeah. I think maybe it's because they didn't want nothing going on like a third of the screen. But you didn't necessarily need. I think that was going into your content. That was the wrong choice.
That was definitely the wrong visual choice.
Yeah. I don't know where to look.
Yeah. And they're the same thing on both sides, right? Like it's just mirrored.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not the right choice. Listen, we all here to learn.
Of course. I'm not trying to. Yeah, none of us are ever trying to like beat people down for the choices they make. It's we're literally here to try and help you get better at YouTube, and these are just things we're pointing out that you can improve.
Yep.
So we do thank you for being such an awesome valued member of our community. I want to say thanks for submitting, but usually people picked from Discord actually didn't submit. So we picked them because they've just been really awesome and helpful. I do hope you found that helpful.
They've been voluntold.
Yes, you've been voluntold for a channel audit, and we do hope it found you well. All right, before we get into shoutouts, our last pre-selected channel was The Mum in the North, and I believe this was another one of yours, Travis.
Mm-hmm. The Mum in the North, which is the English way of saying mom. Let's see. There's a little thrifty shopping going on, Costco UK. So it's kind of like a mom channel where you can kind of see day in the life of and cleaning, and we see a lot of these in the US as well, speed cleans, bathrooms, and that sort of thing. It seems like that sort of stuff does well, the cleaning and stuff, not only on this channel, but a lot of other channels that we've looked at in the past. Because I think what's happening is that there's people, and the huge savings is great. Listen, what have I said a million times? Save people time or money, they're going to click. Wow, look at that.
These Costco videos.
13K, 14K. No wonder she did more of them later on. Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah, whenever you go to Costco, you clean up.
Yeah, scroll up. The latest Costco one, the one like the newest one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in 2 days, 1,000. Yeah. So you're the Costco mom.
Yep.
In a weird way, you almost could be that. You could almost, well, you don't want to do that because then Costco might go, wait a minute, you're not calling Costco mom. But so here's the thing. You think, okay, but I can't do Costco videos all the time. I mean, you kind of can, because you can talk about like the food you bought with Costco and the meals made from Costco, and do reviews of products made from bought from Costco. You can kind of do it in that way. Because it's working so incredibly well on your channel that it would be a missed opportunity not to do that until your channel's kind of built up. But man, yeah, you are doing very well with Costco.
I mean, you go to same exact content, but you go to Aldi, you go to Booker, you go to all these different places, nothing. No one's interested. You go to Costco, 12,000 views.
Yeah.
So I would be. What else can you do at Costco? That seems to me to be the trend. It's not shop with me. It's the fact that you went to Costco. So is there anything else going on in Costco? Like, do they have a new sale or new products to show that you can like make a whole video where you go there just to see the display of the new stuff?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Every time because right now, what are they doing? They're doing the one shop with me long video of everything. Cool. Right. But you can still have that video up, but there's no reason. Just like I told about the channel going to the theme parks, there's no reason why you can't put a little forethought into it, see what's coming up, or make 4 videos out of the main video. So when you're talking about the meat department, for say, or the refrigerated section, or electronics, or the clothing options there, or whatever it might be, or even if they have like some of the Costco's here where there's like a food where you can get fresh food, you can get pizza and hot dogs and stuff like that. So there's multiple topics within your topic. So you're niching within your niche of Costco. Think one step further. And when you have this idea, like, okay, we're going to go Costco shopping, twice this month. Well, come up with 4 titles within that shopping trip that make sense, and you can even look at your own comment section. What were the most interesting things to your viewers? And that can give you an idea, because if a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, that was cool, I didn't know they did that, or wow, they have these products and I really love them, whatever it is, you can say, okay, cool, let me write that down and make sure that you spend a little extra time at that particular area of the store. That way you can have that particular video come out as well. So instead of having just one shop with me video, you can still have this one shop with me video, but you can also drop 4 additional content specifically for the Costco viewer on a very particular product or area of a Costco store.
You know, and in fairness, pretty much all the views on the other videos that are not Costco are still really good for a channel this size.
Oh yeah.
So even with, you know, I mean, it's just that you have this thing that boosts you as much as you can. And one thing I always try to point out to people who, and it's funny because I always get these calls late, like months later after I first told them, I go, this may not last forever. In other words, the big boost of views you get from this one subject may not last forever. So you should really hammer it to the wall as much as you can while you can. You'd be surprised at how many people I talk to months later and they're like, yeah, now things don't, you know, it's not as popular as it was before. And I'm like, yeah, you need to take advantage of it while you can, and then, you know, diversify your content for those people who did come for those videos. So
yeah, there's a lot of positive signals here, and I would be trying whatever I could just to as a test.
and then, you know, and people are so worried about doing similar videos over and over and over again. But the reality is all you have to do is look at your analytics. And most of the people that are watching your videos aren't even subscribers. They haven't seen your content before. So everything is a new chance to be brought into the video. And any channel that's successful is doing that. They're doing constant, you know, kind of similar-ish content video over and over and over again until they get an audience. And then they start to branch out a little bit.
Yep.
I think what a lot of smaller channels, the mistakes they make is, you know, they'll do a couple times, it'll grow big, and then they try to do these other things. They don't really understand exactly how YouTube works or how viewership works, and then they give up, and then all of a sudden, boom, now they've lost their opportunity at that one keyword that was working really good for them, and they're not really moving anymore. So you just have to kind of, you know, you have an opportunity, you need to do it, and then you know, see what happens.
Yeah, and then she also mentioned in the chat, because she is in the chat, that she didn't want to be a one-trick pony, which I completely understand. And I think at a certain point, you have to kind of make a decision. Do you want to lean into the analytics and the data that YouTube's telling you and grow and make this channel really big into something? Or do you want to continue throwing everything at the wall and hoping, you know, and not getting huge return on every single video? You sort of have to make that decision. But I understand the strategy that Travis is talking about, because that's literally what I'm doing. I'm niched into a niche, and to grow this hardcore fan base at the point where I'm starting to get, you know, around maybe when I get to around 100,000, I might start even spreading out into different topics, because now the test videos that I've thrown out have done very well, where I'm talking about something completely different. Because my core audience, you know, if I have 60,000 subscribers right now, out of those 60, I have about 4,000 or 5,000 that I can count on that'll show up for any video. I want that core to grow before I start throwing out videos about anything else, televisions, VCRs, whatever, you know, whatever it might be. But I want to make sure that that audience is there and ready for it. But in the meantime, if you're willing to put in that work and just sort of niche into that one particular topic, I think it could really grow for you. We see a lot of potential here. So that's just something to think about. But I think you might have some soul searching to do around this.
There's one more thing I want you to try doing, because I can just, based on the numbers you're getting on these videos from ages ago until today, and only having 1,000 subscribers, I say only just relative to the view counts, I want you to try to put a subscribe call to action in your video, but make it really subtle. I've been experimenting with this in my own time, and I've noticed that when I tease things the right way, I get a lot more subscribers. So while you're opening your video, which you had a really interesting opening, that one I just pulled up, I would be like doing your opening as you do it, and then in the first minute slip in there, by the way, I got another one of these trips planned next week, so just don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that, because we're gonna be checking all kinds of stuff. Anyway, like, try and slip it in there to make it sound like you're planning your content ahead, and give people that reason to click subscribe. I think you can, everybody here can benefit from that tip, which is why I took the channel off the screen for a second. Try to find a good, subtle way to get your channel. Sorry, the cat was sneezing. I don't know if you heard that. Try to find like a nice, subtle way to get your channel, you know, more subscribers by doing that call to action.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like a mess right now. How do you get the thing back up?
There you go.
I literally don't know why it won't go back to the screen with us and the... Okay, there we go. I shouldn't have gotten fancy. That's where I went wrong. Anyway, this mess is brought to you by the second hour of our channel audit live stream, where we jump in first by giving some channel shout outs. Now, we're not going to really audit these channels, which means if they pop up again during our random selection, they could get a full audit, but we are going to just say hello to them real quick, thank them for submitting, and maybe we will come back to them. But I'm going to say hello to I Am Joey V. They have 575 subscribers, and we usually give one little tip here, and I think it's a foreign language channel, so I'm just not sure unfortunately what exactly I'm looking at. But so from just a couple months ago, some pretty healthy view counts. I want to say it's a vlogging travel type channel.
Could be.
But if not, then the advice would be channel focus, because I'm just not sure. But you've only been on YouTube a couple of months, and for 2 months, this is an incredible start.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
Yeah, that is I Am Joey V. Thank you for submitting. Travis, who would you like to say hello to?
The ASMR Gamer. I think we've seen them in chat a couple times. That's an interesting thought behind the channel. I wonder how that works. Very curious. Almost 1,000 subscribers. Very curious how this channel works. So, I mean, some of these games are kind of loudish, so I don't know.
Well, there looks like they're ASMR keyboard sounds.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is really interesting.
I gotta see. I would expect a keyboard to be like on in a little second window or something.
Yeah. Are you just hearing clicking? I don't hear anything because
I do kind of hear some keyboard sounds and stuff in the background, but it's very quiet
in the foreground. Okay, then it needs to be in the foreground, I think.
There's a fan going on too that I'm hearing as well.
Yeah.
So we don't normally pick up on stuff like that because we don't really watch the videos, but that might be something to improve upon, is your audio quality.
Cool idea.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, who's this?
See, we have Broken Little Owl Gaming. So 449 subscribers. So they're almost at the 500 subscriber milestone. So congratulations to you. Looks like they are gaming, but what kind of gaming they're doing, I don't know. Unity post-processing, Unity screenshot. So my guess is maybe they're on the development side of gaming, not necessarily the gameplay side of gaming, unless Unity is its own game, but I'm not sure.
No. Unity is a platform.
Yeah.
I'm probably not even describing it right when I say that. But it's interesting. It's just hard to tell if we're doing tutorials on how to get better at using Unity, or if we're just showing off cool things that Unity's capable of. But there's a lot of text in the thumbnails, and it's not very clear. I wouldn't guess these videos about Unity. In some cases, games in general. So I think there's a disconnect here. When people see your videos, they're just not sure what they're going to get, and that's what I would be focusing on.
I think the thumbnails are a little too gamer-y-ish to be tutorial type content. If anything, I would be using, if Unity has a logo, I'd be looking at the way that Photoshop channels or programming channels are, the way that they're making their thumbnails. Normally it'll be the logo of whatever product they're using and a very simple thumbnail letting people know what it is. So it just depends on what they're doing, whether they're just showing clips of something cool, or if they are actually showing you like tutorial wise, like step 1, step 2, step 3. So just we kind of got to figure that out, because when I see Broken Little Owl Gaming, it makes me think of a gaming channel, not necessarily a channel that's going to teach me how to create or use tools.
Yeah. So best of luck there. We have Sean Notcut. So 450 subscribers, videography for beginners. So nice, clear value proposition. And we have a lot of editing tutorials, as well as tutorials about cameras. We got some battery life there, which that video was kind of a breakout, to be honest. And now I'm kind of curious, what were the most popular?
That first video, the thumbnail is hilarious. Oh, interesting. So Fujifilm.
Yeah. Fujifilm. We got some Envato stuff here too, which is interesting. So a lot of high value stuff. And what's really cool is, like, whenever you focus on stuff outside of like Premiere, it tends to do better. I would say the Premiere tutorials you're doing are not doing nearly as well. Oh yeah. I mean, look at the 2 months ago, 62 views, easily out faster with these 15 nifty shortcuts. I mean, everything about this video to me is correct. We got, I think, a good thumbnail, edit faster. It's you pointing. We have, I would say, a pretty solid title, and yet 62 views. I think you've become the person who is really good at covering the more physical production aspects rather than post-production. You're more production, pre-production. And yeah, that's just kind of what I'm getting.
What did you guys think of that first thumbnail, though? His latest video.
I do like that. I think that's really clever.
That's pretty
I
cool.
hope it does well. I
Me
just
too.
don't. I don't think that people are coming here to learn that. I think they want to know more about Fujifilm cameras and things like that.
Yeah.
But that is Sean. Thank you for submitting. Travis.
Looks like quad flame, so not 1, 2, or 3, but 4 flames all at one time. And it looks like, well, at first I was going to say it's either a Roblox or a Minecraft channel, but now I'm not 100% sure because now I see some nice things. And yeah, so there's some live streams, Discord server reveal, a little bit of everything here, and several live streams actually.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like a little bit of more clearly what your channel's about would be helpful. It's Minecraft related, but still not 100% sure. So definitely take a look at that. You had something, block clutches, that did pretty good 2 weeks ago, 1,600 views.
We got 4,000 views here on another short. It looks like they're shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
Some of their shorts are taken off.
Yeah, which we know works for sure.
Yeah, when you can show off really impressive things in shorts, that's always good.
Yeah.
Again, these aren't full audits, but what I will say is I think with the community building and things like that, you're jumping the gun a little bit. To go from shorts to live streams like this and then back to shorts, it's a bit jarring. And then like Discord server reveal, things like that. I think your heart's in the right place. I think you're a passionate creator, but I think there needs to be a bit of a focus. So like if you're doing high pixel and live streams, I think, and you're passionate about live streaming, you like doing it, that's great. Do that. But instead of only doing shorts in between live streams, I would be doing more videos like I saw one down here, like this, mastering the world's fastest bridging technique, like high value video. It got 52 views, but like videos like this where you're offering some value between your live streams are only going to help bring your live stream numbers up. So I would be splicing in more video on demand. And if you're going to do the strategy of shorts and then flipping over to live streams, your shorts need to be super consistent. It's kind of like the block facts thing again. It always needs to be about a very similar thing in Minecraft over and over and over again. And then your long form videos are going to be the same except longer and widescreen. So best of luck to you. And then our last one here, Jeff.
Frozen Toaster. Nice, man.
1,000 subscribers.
So Chill Gaming live stream, playing horror games live. You got to do a little bit better than that on those live stream titling. I get it. You're just playing, a horror game or whatever, but put a little bit of forethought into it. Start thinking about what is it that you're going to do in this live stream? What game are you going to play? Is there a specific level you're going to be playing, or are you going after a particular thing? To make this clickable, because if every single live stream is playing horror games live, what's going to make me want to come back? What's going to be different about this from the last one? Yeah. So something to start thinking about, especially for replay value. That's always something that you always want to think about as well. You want people to be able to come back and watch a replay and have it make sense to them. So just some thoughts.
I clicked into Outlast because that was one of the more recent games you've tried. It's from 2013. And whenever you click into a game itself, you get some really interesting insights from the YouTube gaming side. So we have broadcaster live now, and my region selected. We have 3 people with some pretty low view counts here for a live stream. And then we have recent videos. So there are some popular channels that are covering this game still to this day, 3 days ago. And you can even dig into this more. You could click on the channel. So they have almost 2 million subscribers, and this video is 136,000 views. Is that, for a subscriber to view ratio, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's good? Do you feel like that's subpar? Like, these are questions I'd be asking myself if I was going to pick a game, because this feels like a much older game to me. If you're going to do live streams, I think you got to be kind of on the cutting edge. You want to be playing the most recent horror games that there are. And so you've categorized as Outlast, but you also didn't put, like Jeff said, in the title, we don't know what game you're playing.
Missing out.
Yeah, so we're missing out playing horror games. So maybe you played a number of them, but that's going to make it tough because you can only categorize one game in your live stream. So if you did play multiple, we wouldn't really know. And it was only about an hour, so you probably did just play the one. So yeah, like, can I survive an Outlast or something like that? But that's the kind of research I would be doing, especially if you're going to be a live streaming channel. You really do want to be on the cutting edge of what's going on in the games you like.
And don't leave that. That's low hanging fruit. Using
Mhm.
the title, using the name of the game in the title, and that's just a missed opportunity. So don't shoot yourself in the foot that way.
Yep. And definitely do more, excuse me, of these video on demands between your live streams. Take clips from them if you want, give them some context, edit them into their own videos, give them some interesting titles. But again, on YouTube, you have that unique opportunity to grow your live stream while you're not live streaming. So that was our first hour of just the first hour and 15 minutes of our channel audit live stream. And now we're going to be doing our, well, I'll just show you. We're going to be randomly picking your channels out of this claw game here.
The claw. Say it with me in chat. The claw.
So we have two different forums. We have a non-gaming forum. We have a gaming forum. And it looks like they've roughly got about 200 responses on each. That's lower than normal, folks. If you haven't had your channel audited before, now your chances are better than ever to have your channel selected from the claw, because the way it works is we take the highest number of responses depending on the forum. We go into the settings, we say, hey, we got about 230 people, and then we set it. And we already saw a gaming channel a little while ago, so I'm going to tell the claw, well, we want a non-gaming channel, and it's going to pick number 45. And you're like, well, what the heck does 45 mean? Well, if I type in 45, the 45th person to select was Ellie Payne.
Nice.
They say they are a vlogging channel.
Nice.
Sorry, did I interrupt you?
Oh, no, not at all. I was interrupting you, if anything. I was saying we had a good showing of the claw in the chat. So thank you to all my people in the chat. Appreciate you.
I'm just closing out these extra tabs because it got really messy in here. All right. Ellie Payne with 228 subscribers. They have a channel trailer up from about a year ago, and it looks like they are indeed a vlogging channel. Those are the vibes I'm getting when we come into here. So what do we have to say about Ellie's channel?
Yeah, bloopers. A lot of the stuff you'll notice has to do, it makes an assumption. It assumes that I know who you are and that I care who you are. And I know that sounds kind of rude to say, but it is true. Without doing something that someone who doesn't know you is interested in, it's going to be a little harder for you to gain traction. It's not to say that some occasional videos won't just randomly do well. They, of course, I mean, that's YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to see like constant growth, you've got to be doing something that is interesting to people who don't know who you are. Because, if your thumbnail pops up in front of them, they don't know who you are, and they see bloopers number 8, are they going to click it? I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But I think that if you're doing something like my friends and I vlog for a day, which again doesn't tell me anything, it would be more interesting to say something like, my friends and I go to Target and we find the coolest thing, or something, something that gives me some type of context as to what I can expect. Or I met the craziest person yesterday and there was something, entice me in some way that makes me want to click the video beyond the other 18 million videos that are on my homepage at that time.
Yeah, that was a really good way to put it, that the assumption has been made that I know who this person is.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. You have to give people a reason to want to click.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to, both in the thumbnail and the title, but also, as I've been saying throughout this live stream, in a bit of forethought before you make a video. Start coming up with the idea and the topic around it, so that you can, if you have that title ready, you can wrap a video around that topic that people are actually looking for. Attempting to recreate makeup looks, but after that, I don't know what it says. So some of these titles are a bit too long. My guess is featuring your friends,
my sisters.
Yeah, it's like if the person, like, I'm new to this channel, I have no idea who these people are. So why would that need to be in the title? It makes no sense.
It would have been better if it was attempting to recreate and then like a specific look, even if it's multiple looks. But I'm attempting to recreate, and then you put like the model's face, whoever it's inspired by, on the thumbnail, and then maybe a makeup palette next to it or something like that.
Yeah, no, there's a musician channel that I follow who does this very particular thing where she tries to recreate the look of whoever happens to be trending right now. So I think one of the there was one I'm recreating Ariana Grande's looks from her latest video, or I'm recreating what Beyonce wore for this award show. So wherever the trending thing is happening, even down to I'm gonna eat like this person. Like I'm gonna eat Beyonce's diet for 24 hours, like stuff like that, right? So you have to make it make sense because now you're leaning on the popularity of this particular trending person around a trending situation. So that's something that you could definitely try, and that gives viewers more reason to come and figure out who you are. That's going to make them want to click more so than just because it's you. Because right now, you're still trying to grow. You're still trying to make your name out there. So why not lean on these trending topics?
Mm-hmm. So that is Ellie Payne. Best of luck to you. And, hey, congrats on 228 subscribers. And for the view counts you're getting, I'm just kind of curious. It looks like you have been at this for a year, kind of on and off. It looks like in the last year it really picked up, though. And, it seems like you have a good unit, a good family and friends unit to really make some really fun stuff happen. So you're very fortunate. And best of luck. So we're going to go to the gaming forum now. And we're going to tell the Claw, hey, who the heck should we pick out of the gaming forum today? And it's going to tell us to pick number 230. Come on. It doesn't go that high. Claw, come on, get out of here. 92. Okay.
The claw's borked.
The Claw has spoken. Hey, Claw, geez. 500 subscribers. They say they are a Rocket League channel.
Ooh.
Right. Let's see if that holds water. 108. Oh, they are a Rocket League channel. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, and this is interesting too. So their video from a day ago is really taking off for them. 508 subscribers. Sorry about that. And almost 7,000 views.
Heck yeah.
Beginner to pro. How to get rare Rocket League titles in 2020. That is what we're talking about.
Bing, bing, bing. Where's the confetti of joy?
Where is it? I think I have. I'm going to hit the wrong one here. Yeah. There we go. Some sound effects. So we've been going on and on and on all day about thumbnails and titles that get people to click. And this is it right here. How to get rare Rocket League titles in 2021. Notice we did not duplicate that text in the title. Beginner to pro. Value. We have the badges of the actual titles themselves. Boom. Congratulations on your video, on your success. I do hope that let's see, if that was not the first time that's happened, I do hope you have a lot of stats there. Let's go to most popular.
No, that's their second most popular video right now.
Yeah, but 4 years ago. So Rocket League mini-tage, so like a mini montage. Parallax, I'm guessing it's that sounds like the name of a song or something. And given how old that video is, I wouldn't really look into the stats on that one. This is going to be the one that dictates a lot of decisions for me going forward if I were you.
Yep.
Evolution of College Rocket League 4 weeks ago. How good is Collegiate Rocket League? That's a very interesting topic. Let's see, the text is a little bit hard to read on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, we're nitpicking. I think this channel is on the verge of really tapping into their audience and what it is that is going to be important to them, and they're going to be able to replicate the success of this video over and over and over again once they start getting more of these under their belt. Yeah, overall, it's hard to go from there, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, but that's a major win. Like when you see something like this, I'd be looking at how can I double down upon the success of this video from a day ago?
Yeah.
Are there other titles? Are there other rare items? Anything along those lines where you can have something similar, and that beginner to pro stuff, because you're targeting the largest base audience for Rocket League. It's going to be the beginner, the people who are just picking up this game. I personally don't play Rocket League, but if I decided to pick it up, guess what my first stop's going to be? How to play the game.
Yeah.
How to get started. Where do I start? That's all for me. That's always what it is. So it doesn't matter what game it is. I want to know before I start grinding out, how do I make money in this game? What do I need to do? What are the rare items? So that's usually where I'll start, and you're taking advantage of that. So how else can you do that? What other things would be useful to a beginner? And are you able to flip that into a listicle format to make it even more trendy? Can you give me the top 5 things I should know as a Rocket League player if I just start? You know, stuff like that. So
yeah, I think there's little tweaks here that I think could have taken certain videos like this one. So ultimate 1v1 guide for ranking up in Rocket League.
Mhm.
That the only problem with that is I don't think people are searching for the ultimate 1v1 guide. They're more just trying to rank up, right? So they don't know what they don't know. So that's your job to tell them you can rank up by using 1v1 as the way to do it. So, you know, ranking up in Rocket League using 1v1 ultimate guide is probably your title.
Yeah, or how to rank up using 1v1, you know, something like that. Just keep it simple. But yeah, no, I agree with Dan. That's a missed opportunity there. And there's no reason why you can't go back and change that title.
Exactly. You can totally change that. It's catering to search. So the video is put out in front of your regular viewers. They chose whether to or not to click. It's okay. Change the title. It's free. It takes a second, and see if that makes a difference. Like, come back, check it like a week or two later and see if that did anything. But that's kind of what we're looking at. Just keep in mind that the people who are searching for your content are putting in the most basic search terms ever when they're in that search bar. And so beginner to pro, like how to get rare Rocket League titles. So someone's probably typed in rare Rocket League title. You know, that's the kind of thing. They're not looking. If you had made that about a specific title, like how to get title, you know, XYZ 234, that's that's not really, no one's searching for that specific one in most cases. So that's kind of what we're talking about.
Yep.
But there you go. Shadow R, congratulations. That's all I got to say. All right, we're going to pick a non-gaming channel, and it's going to be number 142. 142 is Sweetie's Cat World. The channel, the main focus of the channel is my cat. Fair enough. So 86 subscribers. And what do we have? It's true. It is a channel dedicated to that
channel. Remember when YouTube was all about cats? These are all shorts, though. So YouTube,
I think it still is about cats.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I watch are cat videos, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, these are all shorts. So if you're watching YouTube shorts about cats, there you
go. Okay, so if they're all shorts, we're gonna put the thumbnails aside and look at like titles like this. Merp. As a cat owner myself, I know what they're going for there.
Yeah.
But I think really, like, you're relying too much on the fact that your cat is cute, and it is. But I think it's time to play around with your titles a little bit more and describe a little bit better what people are going to see in that 50 seconds that they're going to sit and watch. Kitten playing and jumping around.
So I think the reason they did Merp the second time is they did a Merp shorts the first time. 900 views. It actually did well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So kind of weird, right? You just never know. Shorts are still kind of a bit of a mystery to me. I haven't really dug super deep into them to understand like how it's figuring out who to show what to. It just seems like a mystery. And I don't know if you saw this. There was a article that came out, I think yesterday or was it earlier today, that TikTok viewership over the last month or so is surpassed YouTube for watch time per month. Now, by the way, that was only Android phones, so it doesn't include iPhones, which is a big number as well. But the fact that it happened at all is really interesting. So the shorts, which this is why we're seeing YouTube really investing into shorts and having that like monetization kind of option or whatever they want to call it. So yeah, shorts are still a thing, and that type of thing that comes up in the news is definitely going to light a fire under YouTube to try to get more into this. So shorts are not, it's not too late for shorts.
Yeah, it is not too late for shorts. I think though that the competition is a lot stiffer in all verticals, whereas before, you could break out doing a lot less. Honestly, I experienced that for sure. So in that way, what I mean to say is, and I hate saying this, but I think more videos would help you here too. It's more shots of the target, and we're talking about YouTube Shorts, so the rules are a little bit different. If you have the videos and you're kind of holding on to them, if it's not too much trouble to make more videos, I would never want to burn a creator out. But Shorts, I think this was true when it first came out, and I think it's even more true now. It's really about velocity. If you can put yourself out there more and more and more and more, you're going to have a lot greater success a lot faster.
I would also say if you're burning yourself out by doing 4 and 6 second videos, maybe YouTube isn't exactly for you. But yeah, no, yeah, to the point. Put them out. I mean, you got 6 second videos here. I'm sure you have tons of it. So just keep throwing it out there.
Yeah, they could be like me, where they've spent the last 4 days in production on a video, and I'm only 80% finished. So,
yeah, this one, the 6 second video took me 3 days to finish. So.
Listen, unless you're doing claymation,
yeah, right.
Know, I don't want to hear.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
and your cat's doing all the action, so it's not like you're even really working. You're just in there holding the camera.
Yeah, that's right, man. Cat videos are still very good, though. I love them. That is one of my guilty pleasures. Cats being jerks is probably one of my favorite types of videos to watch. So we're former cat owners. So I had a cat, one cat who was very sweet, and we had one cat who was a jerk. And they were like yin and yang. They got along perfectly. But it was funny how you had the really mean one and then the really sweet one. So it was such a weird dichotomy to have them in the same house. But I used to love watching those videos.
Yeah. So I would fix these titles a little bit. You tried MERP before. I don't think that's going to keep working over and over again. But is there a way you can word that? Cat MERPs when approached with phone. I don't know. Like just describe. The title is like all you have with shorts. You can't really make thumbnails. YouTube decides what that's going to be for you. So just play with different titles and keep at it. If you can post daily, post daily. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
And just in the chat here, I'm not saying cats are jerks. I'm just saying those were the titles of the compilation videos that I was watching. So because I know I'm like dogs, cats, animals, love them. Just be even the savage cat, which I haven't seen in a while, but even the savage cat.
A minute ago. I had to rub him for a little bit. He was running around. Also, real quick, in a couple of weeks, Vid Summit's coming up. If any of y'all in the chat are going to be at Vid Summit, Jeff and I will be there. So make sure you swing by the booth. VidCon is not happening this year. We'll be there next year. But Vid Summit, if you're interested, go to vidsummit.com. Super amazing conference. If you are super into YouTube, definitely the place to be.
There you go. Kevin plays the first. Now, they said they were a Minecraft channel. And it would seem that they are doing Minecraft videos, but I'm noticing like maybe kind of a meme twist here, especially with these latest two. Subscribe, streaming till I hit 50 subs. And that sends me some signals. I'm going to go off on a tangent here in a minute. I'm just trying to see if that comes up again. Okay, so we started 3 months ago. Okay. For 3 months, there's some interesting bits of information here. And 57 views on one of your first videos. Winning Bed Wars in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Winning, or let's say how to win Bed Wars. So you've kind of like already picked up on that, like, oh, maybe people want some tips from me, things like that. You did a voice reveal. I tried the new drink and jailbreak. See, that's a totally different video though. So this was where the channel first took its like pivot away from Minecraft. And even though these are similar games, I would say I'd be a little bit worried. Just don't try not to pivot away from your bread and butter. You said you were a Minecraft channel when you submitted. Be a Minecraft channel. I think Jailbreak attracts a different audience.
Yeah.
Different enough to where YouTube's going to put that video in front of your Minecraft viewers. People aren't going to click on it. And then that's less chances for people to click on your videos going forward.
Yeah. I wouldn't muddy the waters just yet. As you're growing, grow into it. And if not saying that you can't play both games, but if this is a Minecraft channel, let it be a Minecraft channel.
Mm-hmm. And then where we get kind of confused is the later content. I think you were more focused here than you were in the second half here of your channel right now. Especially your latest two videos are mostly just about you trying to get 50 subscribers. And this is the wrong mindset. That's all I was going to go on a tangent about. This is for any channel listening. We all want subscribers. But this is the wrong mindset. To make a whole video, to take a day out of your schedule where you could have uploaded something of more value to your audience who's starting to get to know you, and just make a video where you just say subscribe in the title and the thumbnail. It's a 26-minute video. This could be about anything, but I'm probably not going to click on it because like maybe I'm already a subscriber, or maybe I haven't decided I want to do that yet because you haven't really done quite enough to get me to hit that button. And you're focused on the wrong thing. You should be focused on making better and better content and trying to discover who your audience is. Who are you making this content for? And you can only learn that by making more content. So try to avoid, even if you're just being ironic, tongue in cheek, like try to avoid this. No matter who you are, no matter what channel you are, because it's distracting, and I think it reveals to your audience that like this is what you care about, this number right here, and that's this is the wrong mindset to be in.
Subscribers are earned, and that's something that I want to make very clear. Value is what you have to give to your viewers. So a lot of people say, "Oh, subscribe to my channel." A lot of people want subscribers. A lot of people in the chat, even myself, I was guilty of this when we first started out. But not realizing the fact that I wasn't doing anything to deserve that audience. I wasn't doing anything to deserve those subscribers. So there's a mindset shift that has to happen at a certain point in every creator's journey, where they begin to realize the fact that the value that you give the viewer's experience is number one. You have to put yourself second. You have to put the viewer first. It's about them. Are you going to entertain them? Are you going to educate them? Are you going to show them something? Whatever it might be. But you have to put them first, and you have to earn that subscription by providing them with value. That's how that's going to happen. Asking them to subscribe, just asking them, but not giving them anything worthwhile subscribing to, then why would they subscribe? You have to kind of think about that. Why would I want to subscribe to you if you haven't done anything for me? If you haven't given me value, why would I want to do that? So really start to think about that. It's something that I had to really come to grips with myself. I remember when it happened and when I had that mindset shift. And after that, it changed the entire trajectory of my channel. And that's a major, major thing. So we got to start getting out of that mindset. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't do calls to action in your videos. You definitely should, but it should make sense to the audience because you're giving them something because of the value that you're bringing to the table, not just, hey, subscribe to my channel. Like, why? Why should I do that? So that's the question you should be asking yourselves. Why should anybody subscribe to my content? So that's just something I don't want to go off too hard on it, but it's just one of those things that I think people really need to start asking themselves that question and be honest with yourself about it. And if you can't answer that honestly to yourself, like why, then start thinking about how you can create that why and what kind of value you can give to the viewers who come to your channel.
Just another reason subscriber counts are not all they're cracked up to be. Again, it looks like Halloween is the day our tool thinks we're going to hit 1 million subscribers. It's probably accurate at the trajectory we're going for right now, but we have a quarter of that actually returning to our channel on a consistent basis. In the last 28 days, a quarter of our subscriber base has returned to our channel at one point or another. And that is a much more relevant metric to look at when you're trying to consider building up this base of returning viewers. That is what you want a subscriber to be, right? You want someone who's returning to your channel. So just on September 5th, 13,466 people dropped by out of our returning audience, and we attracted 25,000, almost 26,000 new viewers. This is the kind of thing that we look at now. Everyone has access to this. It's just in your analytics, and you click the audience tab, and you can see firsthand, what this is doing compared to your subscriber number. So subscribers are subscribers. Think of subscribers as the like button for your channel. You can only hit the like button one time on a video, and that's it. You can only hit subscribe once ever on a channel, and you can forget about it forever after that if you want to.
Well said.
Yep.
Thank you.
100%, man.
Okay, so the claw has spoken. It wants us to visit channel 44. And this is going to be a non-gaming channel. And it looks like I won't be able to pronounce their name, but they are a music channel. Is it Wyke Van Wielden? Is that's probably close, right?
Hopefully.
But we have 1,200 subscribers. And I'm actually seeing some pretty positive signals here for a music channel. View count's consistent with the subscriber number there.
Ooh, and I like the balance of cover and own song. You see that on the kind of olive green or own song, and then this peachy looking color is cover. Interesting. So they're kind of having a balance. You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
And
It's a smart play though, because covers help music channels grow. So because they're leaning on whether it's a trending song or something very famous, whatever it might be, to start bringing people in and kind of getting people like, oh wow, I really like this person's voice and the way they covered the song. Getting them to click there, odds are, when you do put out a video, when it's your own song, that it's going to be pushed out in front of them and they might be, more enticed to actually click on your own music.
I think they're doing a really smart thing here too. They're taking a cover and then turning it into a short.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what we're talking about with consistency in shorts, converting them to long form viewers. If someone were to subscribe from the short and then they saw your next cover, they're getting exactly what they subscribed for. There's a good chance those viewers actually come back. That's really interesting. I wonder if are they still doing that, or was that? No, yeah, they're still doing that.
Yeah, no, it's a smart play. It seems like they have a strategy, a content strategy, which is something very nice to see. So, they're not just kind of throwing everything at a wall and hoping that it sticks. They're doing a cover, they're doing their own song, they're doing a short based on the cover. Smart. Yeah. Very, very smart.
So I guess now the question is, because this is the next thing I'll be thinking about, are they covering songs that are at the top of mind right now? This might be. I'm not musically inclined, I guess. Shouldn't matter, but it does. Is this a trending song right now?
Yeah.
Would be my question. And I guess I'm genuinely asking because I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And but that's one thing where you can lean on YouTube's own trends. You can lean on that and make covers of it. Maybe, for some people, it could be songs that they're not even into. I've used this example for a while. His customer that we had who was doing drum covers, and he was doing drum covers of like classic rock songs because that's the kind of music he was into. Wasn't seeing a lot of traction there. But when he started doing drum covers of the top 10 trending songs on YouTube, whether it was K-pop, whether it was rap, whether it was rock, didn't matter. He did it with the drums. Those videos blew up because he was going after a traffic source that's already, there's like a wave of traffic already for whoever it was. I think he did one for Blackpink, another one for Bad Bunny, another one for, I forgot who it was. But he was doing these totally outside of his genre, totally outside of his comfort zone. But man, they were getting a massive views and bringing a lot of growth to his channel. So that's something to think about because you're just essentially channeling trends into your content. So, I don't see why, if that's not what they're already doing, they could do this. But it seems like they are, because I think Lord has some new content coming out. Billie Eilish has new stuff coming out. So, I don't see why they couldn't do that.
Yeah. The other thing with their own songs, I think one thing for search they could be doing is putting the genre of song in the title somewhere. They describe the instruments, and that might be enough. But one of the things, because we do have somebody who works here that knows about music channels, and that was one suggestion they made we thought was really cool, was when you're going to be doing a cover, or not a cover, but when you're going to be doing your own song that you wrote, people already don't know your name, and the name of the song is relevant, but definitely not like searchable or anything like that. So you definitely want to have something in there, and that would be the genre, which is going to help people understand, oh, I'm going to like this. I generally like this genre of music. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else we wanted to specifically point out. How do we feel about the thumbnails?
Some of them, I like the fact that they're showing themselves. They have the guitar and the mic and the shot and stuff. The only thing I would say, let's say this top one, it shouldn't matter, but it does. That color of text it blends in a little too much with the background, and then whatever it says under it, which I think is John Mayer cover and that font, avoid that. Like how they did the other one where it's just happier than ever, 2 over. It's just happier than ever. There's no weird text under it. So just easier to read. If we're going to use text, make it easy to read. Otherwise don't use it.
I would say that the pink is kind of blending with the white for me. I would have made that white. I would have made the black stroke around the text a little bit thicker. Yeah. Like this right here. That looks to me a lot better. And I would have just taken literally that and put it right here.
Yeah. There's one thing I do have to do with a lot of our customers is they want what looks aesthetically pleasing to them. And I tell them, you have to not worry about what looks aesthetically pleasing to you, but look at what's not going to create confusion for somebody who could potentially see this thumbnail scroll across their phone.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely really positive signals here. Best of luck. They look professional, and that alone is going to be really helpful. I guess the one thing I would say too is the background. I think I blurred the background a little bit more, just to help with the readability of the text and things like that. But again, overall, really good. All right, let's look at the next gaming channel, which is going to be 158. I feel like we're getting through these. Good clip here. They say they are an animation teasers, topic videos of a gaming animator. So I guess what they're trying to say is they're a gaming animation channel. Upload every Friday to Monday. So they upload over the weekend, I think. All right, what do we got? Superhero, a Minecraft AMV. Okay, I think we might have to click in these to see. I definitely recognize this style of animation because when it comes to animated Minecraft videos, this is very reminiscent of what people generally do. I just want to check this out real quick. Oh boy! All right. So we're talking like a lot of work here.
Yeah. I don't understand what this has to do with like the Xbox and everything that's in the banner though. And
that's a good point. Maybe Bedrock Edition, but that's kind of a stretch.
Because I don't think they're making those videos using the Xbox. I mean, if they are, that's pretty impressive because I don't know how you would go about doing that. But
no, you're right. You're right. They're definitely using some kind of animation software.
Yeah.
And then look at all these premieres that are like down the, I mean, the set reminder. They aren't even happening for a couple of days and they're way already down the list. Like why bother with that?
Right.
Just release them. You're not a big enough channel to be able to do this. First of all, big channels don't do multiple premieres over days like this. They don't do that because there's no point. I see that you're releasing a lot of videos per day, but some of these are shorts. So I don't, as a channel that's trying to grow, why not just release the videos now and get the growth now? Because no one's going to, I shouldn't say no one. Very few people are going to hit, a premiere on a channel that's still kind of small, trying to, figure yourself out. 2 or 3 days from now. What is that? What's today? 7th? 4 days from now. Why do I have to wait 4 days to watch that video? It's done. It's sitting right there. Why can't I watch it now when I found it? Think of it this way. Every single person that watches that sees that thumbnail right now could be a person watching it right now. Yet you are hoping that in 4 days they're going to come back and watch it. The chances of that happening are kind of slim. So you're missing out on opportunities. I would highly recommend just releasing those.
I would have also separated these by a day or two as well, because they're so similar to one another that I think there's a risk here of them kind of consuming each other a little bit. I think as a bigger channel, you could probably get away with videos like this in one day, but because of the time it must take to make this content, I would definitely have like split these up to give yourself some breathing room. Even though you're really excited right now, you get to a point where you kind of wish you would give yourself that breathing room and broken out your schedule a little bit more. I'm speaking from the experience of someone who makes gaming videos, not even animation videos. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on here. Definitely a lot of talent. It looks like 2 weeks ago you put out the trailer for this Eternal Minecraft music video, and then I noticed it up here it had finally launched. So the trailer did a lot better, but this was only 2 days ago. But still, is this? And again, this is me being out of touch with music, but is this a popular song, or is this like a song that you made? That like, are you covering a song? Are you parodying a song, or is it a parody of a song? Or is it an original song? I don't know, but for searchability, those kind of questions kind of matter. Oh, that's a trailer again. Interesting. So the song has not been released. It's trailer number 3. Okay.
They're doing multiple trailers for a song?
Yep. This is 1. And 2 is probably in here somewhere. Yep, there's 2, 1.8K views.
There are a lot of views on them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So people, I think there's some hype here. And maybe this is a good use of premieres if you're going to do any at all. You've been hyping this thing now for a long time. So instead of these are not that. I would have maybe, if it's done, I would have made that the premiere, and put it out a little bit. But make it the next thing. Like, don't put a premiere and then let stuff get ahead of it.
Yeah, that just looks weird. And then people don't even see the reminder because they're not looking down that far. So just schedule them then, I think, at that point.
But other than that, I mean, the the talent, the animating talent is there. I think it's a little bit of audience research goes a long way. And the animation channels in Minecraft I've seen successful are the ones who are going to pick on a trend in Minecraft, but then animate something about it. So if there's a new mob coming out, like when mountain goats were released, for example, you could have done an animation leading up to that with mountain goats doing something silly.
Mm-hmm.
So trends still matter here. And I think that could, you know, grow your channel really fast. You obviously have a really unique talent here. And it's just a, you know, a matter now of honing it in and getting in on the right trends at the right times. But there you go. That is Slyboy Master. Almost 2,000 subscribers. You're getting there. So congratulations. And yeah, best of luck.
Cool.
All right. Our next non-gaming channel is going to be number 40. I think we did this one. 43. It was one back here. No, okay, we haven't. Reactions and reviews. It sounds familiar, though. Just Lucinda. Oh, yeah. No, we did. It was a pre-selected one. See, it happens.
Yep.
It definitely happens. 171. Is a mountain biking channel known as RJ Treks. This one feels familiar too. But we've seen a few. We've definitely seen a few mountain biking channels.
Yeah.
Oh, and it looks like they stream on Twitch as well. That's interesting. All right. So, about 5 months ago. And for 5 months, I think the first thing I'm noticing is there's not a ton of content here.
Yeah. Are these shorts? Some of them are.
Well, some of them are shot like they're shorts, but they're not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The timestamps here.
Oh, so they're just shooting them in like
vertical,
but not even. Because look, click on one of those. Look at that. Oh,
it's square.
Oh no, that's yeah. That what is happening here?
Huh? Formatting.
Yeah.
So that's probably in the edit. They're not setting their aspect ratio correctly when they're doing their edit, and that's why it's showing up like that. I mean, you already know that, but that's probably what's happening. So just a simple mistake.
Yeah. So definitely, what's missing for me here is why should I watch you ride through these trails? What, like, there's obviously an intro here, so you're telling me something, but then it comes back to that food channel we saw earlier, where the first thing I should see is this.
Yep.
And then you could talk over it. Maybe then you pop up on the screen for a minute. Also, the other thing we need to work on is the shakiness. I know it's a helmet cam or maybe even a chest cam, but I think for quality-wise, this would be a little unacceptable. And that's part of the issue. People are going to click away. It's smooth. And as soon as you hit a bump, the camera takes all of that. So you might want someone else there filming another angle. And you just use this shot right here. This is smooth. So that's the shot you cut to, and then you go back to someone filming outside, and then you hit the bank again. It gets a little smooth. There you go. That's one you use. So I think editing, as we saw evidenced by this video, is going to be a big thing for this channel to kind of practice up on.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I know one guy that was doing something similar, and it kind of interrupted the ride itself, but they did it both ways. So they did one run with the camera mounted, whether it was chest or helmet, and they did kind of what they were doing. But then they did another run where around every bend or everything cool, they set up their camera on a tripod so that they almost were able to, so they were kind of mixing both angles in the video. So like, oh yeah, so I'm taking the turn, I'm coming up on a jump, and then it would cut to the side angle of him going through the jump. And then, so kind of like, so it wasn't like he did this all in one shot where he had multiple cameras set up. He would stop, put out his camera, go back up, do the angle, pick up his camera, move to the next, turn, put the camera there, go back up. So it took a little bit more time. It was more work, but when the video came out, it was much more dynamic and it was a much better viewer experience because you weren't just watching the shaky video the entire time. And for me, I have a problem with shaky video. That is a personal thing. There are channels that I love who do helmet mounted content, but I can't watch it. I have to listen to what they're saying because it makes me dizzy. So but that's just something to think about. Think about the viewer experience. That's always something I want to make sure people focus on. Think about what is this going to look like on the other side, and is there a way that I can improve this for my viewers?
Yeah. Maybe try mounting the camera on the bike, see if that makes a difference. Maybe the image stabilization can work better, because not only is the camera shaking on the bike, but like you're shaking on the bike. So there's just a lot of elements, and even image stabilization won't be able to like keep up with that. So it's these are just things you learn in practice. Going back to what I was saying about why should I watch this, it's the fact that I'm not going to be searching for like this trail, which is kind of like what they're banking on here, right? Like it's this specific park that I'm mountain biking at. And that is going to be like really niche to like a small community, perhaps. So you might want to instead focus on like, because when we watch the video, it looks like you're at some kind of like dirt track, which is kind of interesting, right? Like maybe somehow you retitle it to talk about the ramps, like the jumps you did on a mountain bike and stuff. And then in the video, in the description, you reveal where this was. But think about the audience that is on the other side of the country, who don't have access to this place, who would never know what it is. Can you make it more appealing to them? Can you somehow get those folks to watch your video? So overall, I think we covered it. I would say more content, and some editing, definitely some editing practice. All right. We have time for one more. Why don't we do one more gaming channel? Or who knows? Maybe we'll get through it quickly. Maybe we have time for more. I didn't even see what I picked. 52.
Too quick, Dan. Too quick.
I got too ahead of the claw. I wanted to. I thought, well, maybe we can get to more. Let's see.
Oh man. Oh, I'll feel bad for all the other gaming channels. It's just Minecraft today.
Yeah. Jaisal Lucume Studios. When we talk about channel names, we do talk about them being memorable and easy to spell. It's the fact that it's 3 words, and that your name, maybe it's just because of the language I speak. Maybe this is more of a common name. Just something to think about. Is there a way you can shorten this channel name to, help you in search? Again, a nitpick. You don't have to worry about this too much. What you want is people searching for your videos. So let's take a look. And it looks like you are doing some shorts that are, it looks like, more focused on YouTube channels than they are Minecraft. Should make Minecraft seed showcases. Something about a vegan teacher. So when I see stuff like this, I immediately think channel focus. I don't want to stay on this channel too long, actually, because I'm actually seeing some stuff I don't like at all.
Yeah.
So channel, yep, I'm just going to say channel focus, and we're going to move on to the next one.
Yeah, I was to say.
Yeah, when I started reading through more. All right. 72. I did want to touch on how it was a Minecraft channel, but let's see if this one is also a Minecraft channel. There is no Minecraft here. Okay, good. I was going to say, because we've seen some Minecraft channels today, and that just goes to show you how competitive it can be.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. This guy's gaming in Spanish. So interesting. So it's a Spanish channel. So history of Super Smash Brothers, maybe mode history. I'm trying to remember what that means. And then coming back to the game of the gods. Okay, interesting. 2 versus 1. So it looks like it's a gameplay video, and then it looks like there's one where he's trying out mods. Okay, interesting. So I'm seeing Mario Kart, but I'm also seeing Smash Brothers. So that's one of the things where they might have to start thinking about channel focus, much like the previous channel. Yeah. I don't know how long have they been doing this for? Have they been around for a while doing this, or? Yeah,
it looks like it. It's about a year ago, maybe more.
Or so. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, so more than anything else, I think they're going to want to start really focusing in, because that's one thing where people like to play multiple games. I play multiple games. I'm sure Dan plays multiple games, and Travis, well, I don't know, Travis might only be playing one game right now, because I know he's doing the RP thing, so more power to Travis. But there's a lot of us like to play multiple games, but the whole thing is, when you want to grow your channel, you really should probably try to focus on one until you build up a hardcore audience that'll come back for anything that you do. But in the meantime, you have to really try to target the viewers who are fans of Mario Kart, fans of Smash Brothers, whatever it might be, but go after that audience, to really try to give them some sort of value for the kind of stuff that they're looking for, the game that they're into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is a very interesting concept for a video like volleyball and melee. I would probably have done Super Smash Bros. Melee, but then the other thing is Melee is a much older game, so that's another thing too. If you're going to be a gaming channel, and especially if you want to play multiple games, but even in the case where you just play one, you want to make sure that's a game that people are searching for. There is a newer version of Super Smash Bros. And on a console that's just that more people are playing these days, quite frankly. So it's just a tough one, if you maybe you don't have access to a Nintendo Switch, and that might be the investment you need to make in your channel. But it does, searchability does play a role there too. Like if people aren't searching for Melee, it could be the most interesting Super Smash Bros. Melee video in the world. It's just people aren't playing it these days. They're playing, I forgot what the latest one's called, but that's the one on the Switch. So yeah, that is Doc Jack. Thank you for submitting. Again, we're kind of saying the same thing, channel focus. It does look like Nintendo is kind of what you lean towards, which is awesome. And you do seem to have an interest in Super Smash. I just think that, for a goal for you would be to invest in the latest version of Super Smash. Well, that, my friends, is going to about wrap it up for channel audits today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Again, vidIQ is not just a channel that audits channels, but we also have a Chrome extension that's super helpful, that's going to help you optimize your channel. And, it's free for 30 days if you're a new customer. Link down below. You can check out Boost and all of our tools down below. Travis, why don't you say goodbye to some fine folks here?
Bye, everybody. It's time for my lunch. I need you to leave now. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Minecraft Transformers, get out of here. The Rambling Rose, why are you still here? Mick Aim, no, you cannot DM me. Created Gecko Hacker Shorts, goodbye to you as well, sir or ma'am. The Sounds of Portuguese, obrigado. And Barsec Stories, you're welcome. Go away.
And Jeff, who are you saying go away to?
I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Krina Sova. Hashtag salute to you. Ali Khan Maths. All right. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you coming through. Focus Sound Factory. Focus, study, and sleep. We got to tighten up that name, baby. We need a one-word name on that one. And then Sweep. Thanks for coming through.
Plaza Play, we'll see you later. We'll say goodbye to Salsa Nerf, who's right there. Kit Gaming. Who else? We have Mr. Cum. We have Mr. Doormat. There's all kinds of Mr. names coming up. Cryptic Jasmine, Boss Boy, Sook, Calvin. Goodbye to all of you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And I'm just fumbling around trying to find the outro.
Also,
yes.
Before we go, huge shout out to all the mods, everybody who comes through, all of our moderators who come through every single week, the ones that are moderating the chat here on the streams, and also the guys in the Discord who are always hanging out and doing good stuff. Shout out to everybody in the Facebook group as well, and all our followers on Twitter. So thank you to everybody for being a part of the vidIQ community.
Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you tomorrow for our normal Q&A live stream. So if you have some questions, be writing them down now. Start now if you have YouTube questions to join us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. See you there.